Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, there is only two things on God's green earth that could make a man dressed in an ironic FTX hat and ironic Lehman Brothers shirt be this happy. To feel like Christmas has come early in December. Number one would be losing my virginity, but thank God that has not happened. Number two would be the arrest and hopeful imprisonment of Sam Bankman-Fried. As of 1 hour ago, this notorious fraudster who we've been covering on this channel for weeks, who evaporated $32 billion of value and $8 billion of customer funds missing, has been arrested in the Bahamas and is facing extradition to the United States. And if we can get him on U.S. soil, we can make him testify for his crimes and hopefully face a very, very, very serious amount of jail time for stealing and defrauding millions of customers. This happened only an hour ago, so it's a pretty fresh story, but I want to sort of go through it with you now. So the indictment for what he's actually being charged with will be unsealed tomorrow. That's Tuesday. But a person close to the matter has revealed, according to this New York Times article, that the charges include wire fraud conspiracy, securities fraud conspiracy, and money laundering. He got hit with the quintuple whammy. And the thing is, I've read a lot of articles like this one for the past month now. Why hasn't Sam Bankman-Fried been arrested yet? Because I've been obsessed with this story, especially because he's been on a notorious PR tour for the past month, going around to every media outlet that'll have him and saying, oops, I fucked up. And in every one of these interviews, anytime someone asks him a hard question, it becomes very, very obvious that he committed fraud. He's basically been openly admitting to many, many crimes on camera, on tape, which has made his lawyers furious. My lawyers chewed me the fuck out for saying I fucked up. The first thing he said after that was, they said, Sam, we have only one thing to tell you. You have to promise to never, ever say you fucked up again. I told them to go fuck themselves. Well, you might want to have listened to him, Sam, because it is looking extremely likely that a lot of that's going to come back to haunt you, especially the throwing Caroline Ellison, your ex-girlfriend, throwing her under the bus because, as we mentioned, she's been spotted in New York and is likely dropping a dime on her old ex-lover, Sam Bankman-Fried. Don't want to see that sex tape. Yeah, and so she is not charged at all. Only Sam Bankman-Fried is named in this charge. And again, he has been arrested by Bahamian officials and is facing extradition, but is not yet in the United States soil. Lawyers in the case were surprised at the suddenness of the news, which is pretty funny because the rest of the world is surprised at how goddamn slow it was. For the rest of the world, it seems very obvious this guy committed many, many, many financial crimes and nothing has moved on it. But I've looked more into it. So I've read a lot of articles like this one that sort of dived into differences between something like Bernie Madoff, who admitted his crimes immediately, who basically said, yeah, I'm guilty. And when the FBI showed up at his house and said, is there an innocent explanation for this? He said, no, there's not. Sam Bankman-Fried's been saying over and over again, there is an innocent explanation. I'm a goof. I'm a big, dumb goof. I'm a big, curly-haired, League of Legends loving goof. And I didn't know that you couldn't take customer funds and punt it on crypto. And lie about it. I didn't know that. I didn't know you could replace all the deposits with a made-up FTT token. In fact, it seems like he still doesn't know because as of December 9th, a few days ago, he's agreeing with this guy who says they should fire up the FTX exchange, issue a brand new FTT token, and distribute that. That's a productive plan. No! That is not the solution, Sam. That was the problem. That's why you're here to begin with. I made a lot of mistakes this year. Bro, yeah, you did. But some of them weren't mistakes. Some of them seem very much like calculated intentional fraud. And from everything that I've read, the only reason, even though it seems late to us, the only reason the Justice Department would move so early to arrest this guy and try to extradite him to the Bahamas is that they have a paper trail. They have finally acquired some sort of paper trail proving wire fraud, securities fraud, etc. Like they have some sort of email link that shows that he was complicit, that he was aware, that he wasn't a goof, that he knew what he was doing. Because otherwise they would have actually waited longer to help build their case, interview more people, figure something out. So I think they actually have pretty concrete evidence. I mean, I don't know what his argument could be at this point. The evidence is getting out there. It doesn't help that when he declared bankruptcy, FTX was turned over to John J. Ray, the former person who did the Enron bankruptcy. Never in my career have I seen such an utter failure of corporate controls at every level of an organization. From the lack of financial statements to a complete failure of any internal controls or governance whatsoever. He is testifying tomorrow, and somehow they leaked his statement. I went through it. There's a lot to say here, but basically the main things is There are many things unknown at this stage, and many questions remain. We know the following. First, customer assets from FTX.com were commingled with assets from the Alameda trading platform. Again, already, that should be illegal. Second, Alameda used client funds to engage in margin trading, extremely risky, debt-fueled trading. So taking your money that you deposited in a bank to be held safely and then punting it on incredibly risky crypto bets without your knowledge or consent. Again, illegal. And again, very unlikely that Sam Bankman-Fried didn't know this was happening in the same building that he was having sex with other people in. Very likely. It also mentions first that the FTX group went on a spending binge in late 2021 through 2022, during which they spent $5 billion on a myriad of businesses and investments, many of which may be worth only a fraction of what they paid. They were also just idiots, okay? They also took billions of dollars of customer money and punted it on either bad business investments, buying Miami Heat naming rights, buying TSM naming rights, buying Super Bowl commercials, buying Giselle and Tom Brady and basically ruining their marriage probably, buying Kevin O'Leary, the shark, to say nice things about him. Basically, they punted money on a million bad things with no near-term or long-term plan to get that money back. No solid business investment. So again, you cannot take customer money and use it for those things. It looks like he's going down. Now, the fact that he's going down leads me to my next topic, which is what I'm a little bit nervous about. Again, I am no conspiracy nut, but being a crypto billionaire, former or otherwise, is not the safest occupation nowadays. Mr. Koolander here died at 30 a few days ago. This guy, Nikolai Mushigan, 29, died a few days ago. Yeah, Taran. So a Russian crypto tycoon, he died in a helicopter accident. Now, again, all of these seem to have innocent explanations, but three of them dying within a few days of each other, all in the crypto space, is odd. And Sam Bankman-Fried was a extremely connected, heavily political donating. The money trail for all of the money that he punted and distributed into the U.S. government is extensive. And so the fact that he's being arrested is amazing. And the next step that we should all keep our eye on this story and keep public pressure and keep attention on is that we want to see him testify. We want to hear more about what was going on at this company and who else was complicit, because this is fraud that stinks to the top. And we don't want to see this guy end up somehow dying in jail. Okay, that is conspiracy or not. I don't want to see this guy just suddenly disappear and not get a chance to speak, and for prosecutors to get information out of him. That's the next step. That's what we're hoping to see. Again, regardless, I'm actually extremely pleased at how fast regulators have moved, given that what they had to build, the case they had to build, given the fact he was hiding in the Bahamas, given the fact that I'd go through all that. I'm actually, this is a very happy day for me, because I followed this story very closely, and to see this guy flout the fact that he has just ignored the law, ignored any sense of decency, ignored, any protocols, or of good business sense, and just jump around interview to interview it's amazing. It's awesome to see him arrested, and I'll be following up with this story consistently. You can tune in on my Twitch channel, check out more, and watch out for more YouTube videos. Thanks guys for watching, and let's keep an eye on this.